Hi everyone, you're listening to Pagecast live from the Kingsmead Book Fair. Today I am sitting with the one and only Lebo Mazibuko, the author of Fabrics of Love and Bantu Knots. Boo, 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 boo. And today I thought I would just use this interview to get to know you better because every time I see you on a panel, you're talking about your books. But today we're going to talk about Lebo.
Okay. Sounds interesting.
All right. So,
Scary and interesting.
what kind of reader were you before you became a writer?
Oh my goodness. I've always been fascinated by African stories. So I mostly read Black women, African. If it's outside of the continent, I still focus on women. But I'm just interested in how we tell our stories, how we portray our experiences on a page.
Okay. And what was the first thing that you wrote that made you think, I'm actually really good at this?
I used to write poetry.
Okay.
And I wrote something at school. We had to write sonnets. And the teacher was like, actually, your sonnet was pretty cool. And I was like, When I heard everyone else's stuff, I was like, yeah, mine is a little better. But yeah, and I went to an art school. I wrote my first monologue, which was a beautiful monologue, even if I'll say so myself. But yeah, I think that was the first. Yeah, the first time I thought, yeah, I've got something.
You also have a background in theater. How has that influenced your writing?
A lot. I think I don't necessarily think about chapters. I think about scenes when I write. I think my writing, even my stories, are very sensory. So I think almost I think about how would it look like on screen. I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing, but I think about characters in that way. I think about dialogue a lot. Dialogue matters to me. I think about the world and the setting, and I try to make sure that it's vivid. Everything that I'm putting on the page is as vivid as possible, and I think that's probably where that drama background kind of helps me.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how do you write? Do you wait for the inspiration to come to you, or do you have like a strict set writing routine?
I should have a set strict I'm a bit all over the place right now. But I write every day. I try. Not currently. But when I'm in a good space, when I'm in a mentally good space, I write every day. I write in the mornings. I enjoy. Yeah, my brain shuts down after 5 o'clock. So the earlier I get onto it, the better. And I am at my most creative in the mornings.
Okay. What would people be surprised to learn about you?
I don't know. I can't say it. That's the problem.
Okay.
I don't know if it's a good, but I mean, I think even reading my stories, you can kind of see the person I am. I'm not as strict and rigid
Other
as I
authors.
seem. As I seem, yeah. Yeah, I'm a girly that likes to have fun.
All right.
Yeah.
Are there certain songs or movies that have inspired your writing?
No, no songs. Even though I use a lot of music. Strange, right? Because also I think I am inspired by the noise I grew up around. The township is such a noisy place. You are forced to listen to your neighbor's music whether you like it or not, whether you're into it or not. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that comes through in the work. I there's a lot of house music, kwaito, jazz that is in my story.
I didn't grow up in Soweto,
Yeah.
but when I read Fabrics of Love, I felt like I was in Soweto and I got a glimpse into what life in Soweto was about. Was that intentional?
Yes. What I was saying, I want it to be a very sensory experience.
Yes.
Like, what are the smells? What do you see? What do people dress like? Because Soweto has a very unique culture. We have our own language. Fashion is, and people love to dress up.
Especially on Sundays.
Especially on, we take God seriously, you know. Like we dress up for Jesus. Yeah. Christmas, we dress up. And I think that's everywhere. I think that's a South African thing where you get
Yes.
new clothes on Christmas.
Definitely.
Yeah, but the one thing about kids growing up in the township, you don't expect presents on Christmas, but every child gets new clothes.
Okay.
Yes.
So that is something that is universal, I guess, because I grew up in Venda. And it's the
Yes.
same there, that you get Christmas clothes.
Yes.
And you get new clothes on Christmas, and you go around the township parading your clothes.
Yes, exactly that.
All right. So you said music is a big part of the way you grew up. So if Fabrics of Love had a soundtrack, what would it be?
It would be, there's a TKZ, Lebo Mazibuko,
Yes.
Trompis.
Yes. I feel like we need to create a Fabrics of Love playlist.
Soul Candy.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. And just now going into the characters in the book, do you think that they would be happy with how you have portrayed them?
I think so, except for one.
Who?
I don't know if Keke would like Keke and Cien. I don't think they would like how I portrayed them. But I think all of them, I believe my characters have many layers. They're not one dimensional. So you get the good and you get the bad.
Okay.
Yeah, they're not completely horrible people, is what I'm saying.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And if you had to use one word to describe each of the sisters, what would it be?
Pretty girl, I would say wild. Rosemary, protective. Mwiponi, delicate. Yeah.
Okay. And which of those characters do you think needs therapy the most? Because it was heavy.
I think they all need therapy.
Who do you think would refuse to go to therapy?
Ooh. Miponi would refuse to go to therapy. She is a closed book. She reveals nothing about herself. Yeah, she would not speak to anybody. Nobody, even the people who live with her still don't know who Miponi is. You know, they don't know where she comes from. She just appears from somewhere. Yeah, I don't think she wouldn't go. She wouldn't.
Did you need therapy after the book?
No. And the writing is therapeutic for me. This is my form of therapy. This is my form of healing.
Okay. Are there parts of yourselves that are woven into these stories, or parts of your family, or things that you have observed growing up?
Yeah, there's definitely bits and pieces. I think there's a little bit of myself in each of the characters. But like I said, I am from Soweto, so that's a big part of the story. Yeah, the religious aspect. This is a family that believes in God, goes to church on Sundays. That I grew up in such an environment. So those parts, not necessarily they love stories and their journeys,
Okay.
but those parts, yeah.
Have you had family members read it and be like, what's this about me?
No, no, I don't have many family members who've read.
Okay. Family
Should I say
members,
that? Should I say that on camera? I
You
don't know.
need to get reading. And the title Fabrics of Love, it almost feels very layered emotionally and culturally. When did you decide that this was the right title for the book?
I always decide at the end of the story because I don't know what the story is when I start writing. I allow the story to surprise me. So yeah, it was at the end of it where I was like, yeah, fabrics, yeah, and it's everything that what it is a question of what is the fabric that is holding this family together, be it the secrets, but also what are the fabrics that we use to conceal
Yes.
our secrets, how what are these fabrics that we use to clean ourselves up, I think Buang does a good job, well, she tries to hold up a certain image. She makes sure that her girls look beautiful, look amazing, so that nobody can point to the ugly parts about her daughters or ask about their father, where's their father, but also she's one who uses her church garments as a protective layer as well. So yeah, I think at the end of the story, once I knew what the whole, what's the essence of it, I decided on that title.
And the one question that I keep getting the most as someone who works for the publisher is, are we going to get another book, a follow-up book to this one? Because people are so invested in Rosemary and Gal stories.
Yeah, I know. They're like, did she get married? Like, what's
We
happening?
need to know. You left so many things.
I know. I'm working on it.
Oh,
I'm not revealing dates or anything but I'm working on it.
all right. There you have it. We are definitely going to have a follow-up book that is going to take us through what happened after where we left off.
Yes. Did Rosemary get married? I wonder. I'm also trying to find out.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
stay tuned. We are celebrating 50 years at Jonathan Ball Publishers. What is it that you enjoy about books in South Africa, and what do you hope to see more of in the future?
I think we're seeing a really diverse range of books that are coming out. There's a lot of young voices as well, which is exciting for me. I'm seeing people who look like me publishing more. That's exciting. Seeing our stories being published is very important. I do believe in representation. I do believe in just igniting that love for reading again, especially in Black communities, and making books accessible. So yeah, those are the things that are exciting me.
All right. And have you enjoyed the festival?
I have.
Which books are you taking home with you from the festival?
Sure. I need to buy Not Another Sumusaran. It's been on my
To read list.
for a long time. Sven Axelrad is constantly publishing. Bonnie just came up with her sequel. There's a lot.
And have you enjoyed interacting with other authors? What was that like?
It's fun, the green room is always an exciting place. The conversation. It's nice to also talk about everything else but books.
Okay, that's great.
Yeah, just to see the person behind the book. It's good to engage with people on that personal level. Yeah.
Alrighty. And for anybody who is at the festival who didn't get a chance to attend your session, why should they read Fabrics of Love?
Because it's such a fun story, very colorful. But I think it's a story that, fiction just has this ability to hold up a mirror. I think people will definitely find themselves in one of these characters.
Okay, there you have it. Thank you so much for tuning in.